Hello, and welcome to 8-Bit English, where we learn English in the context of video games. Today, we're going to look at how context is super important when trying to guess the meaning of words, and we can do this with a video game series close to my heart, Final Fantasy. For people in the USA and Europe, the Final Fantasy games are the definitive Japanese-style role-playing games, otherwise known as JRPGs. Since releasing on the NES back in the 80s, these games are the first thing people think of when they think JRPG. If you want to play a JRPG, you look to see what the latest Final Fantasy game is. That leads to one thing: memes! The internet is full of Final Fantasy memes for almost any occasion. There are memes about dating, strange video game logic, and even fascism. But did you know it's responsible for one of the internet's oldest memes too? Of course, I'm talking about the Spoony Bard. You see, this particular meme came from Final Fantasy IV, which was released in 1991. And JRPGs, of course, are originally from Japan. Japanese can fit a lot more information into less letters than English can. So, the translations in the 90s, which had to fit a lot of text into a small amount of memory, sometimes ended up with very strange translations. The phrase, "You spoony bard," became popular on the internet because, while it was technically correct English, nobody knows what spoony means. It's an old word, no longer used in English. This made the sentence sound very silly, and the people of the early internet joked about it constantly. But what does this word mean? I asked some Final Fantasy characters who happened to be native speakers of English what they thought.
To me, it sounds like spoony means traitorous, someone who would say something to you and then go back on it almost immediately.
I would guess it's something to do with things being like an item of cutlery.
Does remind me as well of jammy for some reason, like you're really lucky. Maybe you're really lucky.
So my guess would be that a spoonie is someone who's into Star Trek or science fiction, or also possibly like alien theories as well.
Why'd they say such different answers? They had no way to guess what it meant. When people hear a word they don't know, they use the grammar of the sentence and the situation they hear the word in to understand its meaning. Who's talking? Where are they? Why are they saying it? What's happening? This is called the context of the situation, the background that the event occurs in. So let's watch the scene where the word spoony was said. Can our Final Fantasy heroes work out the meaning? Can you? Watch with us and see if you can guess the meaning from this scene. There it is then. Write in the comments what you think the meaning is, before our heroes reveal all. Okay, ready? Let's see what they have to say.
After seeing it in context, I kind of stand by my original guess, although spoony might also just mean piece of shit.
I think it must mean something to do with being treacherous or untrustworthy or some kind of insult.
In the context, it seems like you arrogant, you cunning, you tricky person, but it's definitely an insult.
So from that video, I'm going to guess the Spoonie's someone that's a bit treacherous, double-crossing, can't be trusted, maybe?
After seeing it in context then, their guesses are much more similar. But what does spoony mean? Let's have a look. The word spoony means silly or foolish. Or interestingly, the second definition says being sentimentally in love. From the context of this video then, we can say it's definitely that first definition. This shows us that when you see or hear a word you don't understand, use the context to work out the meaning. Don't just reach for your phone to look things up. Stay in the moment and try and work it out for yourself. Although our Final Fantasy heroes didn't quite choose the right definition, that could also be the fault of the person who wrote this. But treacherous, foolish, silly, not quite the same, but in the context, it works. It gets you through, and you can concentrate on the general meaning of the situation rather than just obsess about one word. Use the context of the situation to guess the word. Ask yourself, who's talking? Where are they? Why are they saying it? And what's happening? To help you guess the word's meaning. It's good to think of the co-text of the word too. The co-text is the sentence around the word. Sometimes the sentence just explains itself. Sometimes a contrast word like but or unlike tells you the word means the opposite of something nearby. Sometimes you get examples, such as and like, that box the meaning into a category. And sometimes it's just logic. One part of the sentence causes or explains the other. Overall, you should make your best guess and keep reading or listening. And if it still makes sense a few lines later, you've got it. Practice this to build your fluency and confidence. With practice, you won't keep on stopping at every unknown word and will be able to handle more and more difficult vocabulary without a dictionary. Would you like a source to practice this? Check out my Patreon, linked in the description. There you can find worksheets to put into practice what's taught in this video, and also my other videos as well, along with flashcards, early access to content, and other goodies. Until next time then, don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring the bell and all that good stuff. And don't stop playing and learning.